Creeping through the hallways, there felt an eerie and ominous presence amongst myself. It felt almost as if I was constantly being watched or followed through any room I went to. However, the feeling of being watched isn't the only thing creepy that goes on in my house during the late hours of the day. In total silence, noises can be heard, not human, but the ticking or clanging of two objects hitting together very softly. When I questioned my mother about the noises and eerie feelings, she told me that it was my sister Jenny, letting us know that she was watching over us. Before I was born, my sister passed away because she was missing the lower chamber of her heart. Heart problems are a major problem in my family, and special medicines were given to my mom during her other pregnancies to prevent the defect from happening again. My mother claims that Jenny is our guardian angel watching over us. When I was 6 months old, I was hospitalized for having pneumonia and signs of blood in my lungs. In the hospital, my mom believed she saw an angel, who she thought was Jenny, standing over my crib keeping an eye on me throughout the night. 7 years later, I was again hospitalized for being in a tragic car accident where the driver hit me and then drove off. From the stories I was told, a lady in white walked into the back of the ambulance, and a few minutes later, never to be seen again. I was told that I had broken multiple bones, a major concussion, and massive internal bleeding, but that I was going to be alright and back to normal after a long recovery. However, that wasn't the case at all. When I arrived at Children's Hospital, I was placed in a CAT scan and diagnosed for internal bleeding. To their amaze, I was clear and healthy. After hours of tests and other diagnostics, they couldn't find any broken bones or any other trace of internal bleeding. It wasn't until recently that I learned about these images my mother saw of Jenny during my accidents. She told me that ever since my car accident, she hid Jenny's cross in my wall so she knew Jenny would be with me everywhere I went. I was always skeptic of ghosts and guardian angels. I just never believed that ghosts or paranormal beings really existed. It wasn't until I switched wallets and left the cross out that really made me believe she was my guardian angel. I took my dog out for a walk one night, and her collar snapped off. As my dog ran across the street, I was about to do the same without looking until I saw that Jenny's cross was hanging on her collar. At that point, I stood for amazement as a few cars passed that would have hit me if I didn't stop. After that experience, I continue to keep Jenny's cross with me no matter what and no matter where I go.